What was the process like when two of you were discovering that, okay, I need to learn these skills, I want to really make money out there? How did you take those steps to becoming where you are now?
Like got into crypto, NFT stuff, but nothing really worked out except like the agency, marketing and sales stuff for us. Sort of seeing that like if I continue down this path, I would end up like that. That was really scary for me.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to make something work out. Is we take full responsibility for everything.
No
Everything is our
excuses,
fault.
no nothing.
No excuses. You can't blame anyone else.
You realize, this could be the rat race, a trap that you're tethered to, right?
Welcome back, everybody. Before we begin, once again, a very quick introduction to our guest speakers for today. Today, we are interviewing Mateo and Alfonso, Filipino-born men that were raised in Australia, becoming Aussie men themselves. Unlike most young men and women out there, they did not take the conventional route of going through university, finding a stable job, and living that cycle of life, for they did not want to live in this rat race. They wanted to escape the matrix. With that being said, in this video interview, we talk about a lot of things from them finding their niche to then monetizing it, becoming the men they are today. With that being said, I hope this video inspires most of you out there that are also wanting to escape the rat race to serve as an inspiration for you out there. But with that being said, without further ado, here's the video.
Being said, could you guys please introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi, I'm Alfonso.
And I'm Mateo.
So hey, Alfonso and Mateo, could you tell us more about what's life like in Australia to begin with?
So it's pretty chill. It's pretty similar to the UK and Australia. There's kangaroos and
Yeah.
I'm sure you heard of
Kangaroos.
those stuff, bogans
Yeah.
and all that. Yeah, it's pretty nice out there.
So people like me coming from the Philippines, right? All the stereotypes about Australia through just kangaroos, spiders, massive lizards and whatnot.
It's true to an extent. It's very exaggerated, I'd say.
Yeah.
A lot of misconceptions, and people say, "Oh, do you ride your kangaroos to school?"
Right.
And yeah, but obviously there's a lot of kangaroos when you go more to the bush and stuff.
Yeah. Outbacks
definitely-
kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So where do you guys stay in Australia?
So we're based in Perth, which is in the west, so Western Australia.
Right. So how long have you guys been here in the Philippines for?
We've been here for like 2 months. Visiting family, Christmas, wedding. Oh, we had a wedding to go to, and
Yeah.
New Year as well. But due to the nature of our work, we're able to stay here for longer because we can work remotely from wherever we
Perfect.
want in the world.
Now that you guys brought up work, what do you guys do for a living?
So I do high ticket sales like as a closer. So it just involves with me getting on a phone call or Zoom call with some prospects and me trying to close them. But I have appointments set for me.
Yeah, so I run two marketing agencies, you could say. One is Facebook ads, SMMA, so social media marketing agency for real estate agents. And I have another one which is a cold email agency, which is lead generation for B2B companies and marketing agencies.
Perfect. And how old are the two of you?
So we're both 21. We're
21.
twins, if you haven't noticed yet.
Yeah. Well, that's up to you to say who's more handsome down in the comment section. With that being said, you guys intrigue me as human beings because, at a young age, I'm 21 myself, you both are 20 years old. How did you come about figuring out your business stuff and, saying this is something that could earn me a living?
Yeah, so I think we were always different in that way. We didn't want to go to the traditional route of like going to university, getting a degree, getting a job after that, 9 to 5. We kind of knew that there was something bigger or better to do. Yeah, I mean, uni is cool and all if you want to be a doctor and a dentist.
Yeah.
I can understand why you do that, but I think it just wasn't for us. And that's when we kind of, started learning ways to make money online and then just got deep into that rabbit hole. And then, I started my agency and he got into sales.
Yeah. Could you
So,
tell
yeah.
us more about your stories in terms for you finding out your B2B stuff, cold calling, you selling, and then I want to know more about your agency after.
Yeah, so I think we both really wanted to make money online. We were still at university at this time, full time. We had pressure from our parents to go, classic Filipino parents. So we really wanted to make something work, and something that came up was like the agency stuff, like SMMA. So we got a course, multiple courses on that, and we were actually trying to start 2 different agencies and see which one sort of picked up for both of us to work on. And then what Mateo figured out was with an agency, you have to learn all these skills. Basically running like a full business with multiple moving parts to it. And what we realized is that because there's 2 of us, one of us can focus really a lot on one thing. And we decided sales was probably the most thing that made sense. So in doing that, I got into a coaching program and I got placed in a job. And then really here I am today.
Yeah. What about you,
So-
Mateo?
Yeah, so I think it started, I was looking at ways to make money online. I learned how to do copywriting, which is like using your words to sell. And then from then, I was trying to get clients. And
Yeah.
I think I was just browsing. I was like, look, I'll do Facebook ads for real estate agents. So learned a lot from courses. I think that definitely sped up me learning how to do all the business stuff.
Yeah.
Rather than trying to figure it out myself, but also I had to figure out a lot
Definitely.
on myself and a lot of ups and downs and roller coasters. But yeah, past few months have been really good. And it's been chilling. Yeah.
And as young men, I want to know, what was that resurgence or that spark, apart from wanting to make money, that you decided to go this route in terms of making money and finding your business?
Yeah, I think we just didn't like the traditional like 9 to 5
Yeah.
uni degree. I think something
You
that
didn't
we
see yourself doing that, right?
yeah, something we love about business and sales is like commission only, getting paid what you're worth. If you're at a job that gets paid per hour, for example,
Yeah.
you're capped at whatever that like wage is per hour. Whereas if you do sales or business, you get commission. And if you're really good at your job, you make more money. If you're not making any money, then all the responsibility is on you. It's your fault.
Yeah.
And we just love taking that responsibility and
Kind of like living on the edge too, no?
yeah, and we love the upside of commission because there's no cap. If you sell as many things as you can,
Right.
then you're just gonna make as much money as you
Yeah.
can.
Just so the viewers also know, because, knowing you guys on a personal level, did you both drop out of uni?
Yeah, so we were both in uni doing finance and cybersecurity. We technically haven't dropped out. We've deferred, but no plans going back soon.
Yeah.
We had a 3-year degree and we did 1.5 years. So pretty much halfway through the degree, and we decided it was something we definitely didn't want to do long term. Let's say we finish our degree, get a job. It wasn't really the
Right.
route we wanted. We knew there was something else bigger and better for us. It could be different for other people, but for us, we knew that there was something better to do.
Yeah.
And that's when we started researching and getting into all this stuff.
Perfect. You're telling me you're halfway through university and you're making your money. Why don't you just finish university and then, take a break after that, do what you guys do?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, everyone sort of said that when we were coming to that conclusion. Like, we went straight into university, straight from high school, because it was like COVID year. Couldn't really do a gap year. Everyone around us was doing it. Our parents wanted to do it. So we went straight into university. But, I think we both never really liked the studying part. Not that we were bad students or anything, but we just did 12 years of school just to do more years of school and to get a 9 to 5. That whole idea just never really sat well with us. To be honest, getting even straight to uni the first semester, we always kind of knew this isn't what we wanted to do. It took for us a while to like really pull the trigger on it. Obviously, it was hard with lots of pressures from family and even like friends and stuff, like talking bad about it. But I think we just got to a point where we realized, we're young now. We're like 19 years old. Yeah, if we can always go back to
We
uni
can take
at
as many
any
risks,
time.
yeah.
We may as well take the risk now that we have this opportunity.
What was the process like when two of you were discovering that, okay, I need to learn these skills, I want to really make money out there? How did you take those steps to becoming where you are now?
So I think a big thing that definitely sped up how we learned all this stuff was buying courses and learning from people who are knowledgeable in the industry and really know what they're doing and they're successful. So yeah, I mean, you can figure out yourself, you can learn the hard way, but since we've spent money on buying courses, which we think is 100 times better ROI than going to university, buying these courses online and learning all these skills definitely is what transitioned us to where we are today.
So with that being said, how did you find out the niche you wanted to enter? For you, it's your agency, and for you, it's selling. Did you come up with other ideas before, like, crap, I gotta sell clothes, I gotta, like, do hustlings and whatnot? Tell us more about your background.
I think we were always, due to social media, we were always looking at many different ways to make online. We tried a couple, like got into crypto, NFT stuff. Typical, yeah. Like looked into drop shipping for a long time, me personally. Affiliate marketing as well. But nothing really worked out except like the agency, marketing and sales stuff for us.
But that being said, it's like, it was definitely not all sunshine and rainbows. Made a lot of mistakes on the way, lost a lot of clients on the way. There was a point where, so many times, where I really wanted to quit. I was like, I can't do this anymore. It's too mentally draining. Yeah, exactly. But as we had each other, which is I'm very grateful for, I think it's a huge advantage that we had each other to push each other and to keep going, because the second you quit, you've lost everything.
Right.
I mean, sure, you've learned skills and stuff, but it wasn't that bad to the point where I had to quit. But yeah, and also we realized, we're 19, we're young, living at home with our parents, not many expenses, and we can take these sort of risks while we're young. Absolute worst case, even though I never wanted to do it, was to go back to uni and get a degree, which I can still do now. But yeah, don't think we're doing that anytime soon.
I think you've come to that point where you realize I've gone too deep and going back to uni kind of like a shameful thing. running.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, off camera, Alfonso, you mentioned that you used to run a liquor store. So could you tell us more about that?
Yeah, no, I didn't run it. I was just a employee there. So this is when I was in university as well. I was working like casually or part time in this. In Australia, it's called Liquorland, one of the biggest like bottle shops, as we call it, like alcohol
Sounds like it's
stores.
very zesty, Liquorland.
Yeah. Look, it was alright. Like, I mean, I hated it. You're, paid by a wage. You have to do all these stuff. A big thing was like it wasn't even safe as well. There's lots of like drunken alcoholics stealing alcohol.
Right. And obviously, all of those stolen liquor would be charged on you, right?
No, not really. We're told to sort of like let it happen because
Yeah.
it's a big company. They don't want us to get hurt, so that's
Right.
okay. I didn't really care too much if anything got stolen. Try and stop it, anything like that. But I think it was really valuable to learn. Like, I've had older coworkers who've been working the same place for like 40 years.
40 years in
Yep.
the same place.
Like the same bottle shop, maybe different stores, but yeah, it was really scary. Some of them even had families. They were sort of living paycheck to paycheck. You like get to talk to these people, get to know them, and then sort of seeing that like if I continue down this path, I would end up like that. That was really scary for me. So
Yeah.
I really wanted to make something work out.
you realize, this could be the rat race, a trap that you're tethered to, right?
Yeah, it's crazy. Like a lot of these people, like I said, they have families living paycheck to paycheck. Not owning their own home. Obviously, Australia is a lot more expensive
Yeah.
for like getting real estate and houses. Just knowing that they're sort of capped at this wage, there's no real progression from there.
Right.
And as well, like you spend so much time working just at an hourly wage. I didn't want to live my life like that, and I think it was really valuable that we worked at a young age. Even before we used to work at fast food, we did some laboring work where we got to learn a lot of people's stories, and we knew, okay, this is exactly what we don't want to do. So I think
Right.
it was really valuable, even just for that experience alone, to work in those places, just to know that like I don't want to work there ever again, kind
Yeah.
of thing. And I'm glad we're fortunate to be in a position where I don't think we ever have to work a normal job.
Now that there's a lot of young men out there that I've been interviewing off camera and asking about their stories, they want to escape this rat race at a young age. So with the two of you, what's one advice you could give to the viewers to, I guess, start escaping the rat race?
Something that I did, which I shouldn't have done, was I actually quit my job because I had a lot of savings. I was like, look, I have to make this work because there's no other option. But what I should have done was kept my job and started it as a side hustle and keep working to that until the side hustle would be making more than my actual job. So yeah, for a long time, I'd say like 6 months, I probably wasn't making any money, and I could have been working a job at the same time realistically as well. So I say keep your job, do a lot of research. There's a lot of free, if you don't have money to buy a course, there's lots of free info on YouTube and stuff. But yeah, so the reason why Alfonso is doing sales and he's not having an agency is because, yes, I think we touched on earlier that it's so much easier to get really good at one skill than, starting a business from scratch and learning 10 skills. Because, I had to learn marketing, sales, appointment setting, dealing with clients, customer support, and all this stuff. Whereas Alfonso can just learn sales and get really good at it. So whenever I have friends who want to see what we're doing from our social media and they're like, hey, I want to do something similar, I always tell them, look, if I were you, I would not start a business. I would learn the skill. I'd say sales or copywriting, depending on your personality type, and then get really good at that. And then once, you're getting a good income from that skill and you're pretty experienced in that skill, then you can start and pivot to the right business model that suits you. So, yeah.
I'd
Hope
say
that helps.
one advice I'd give is that you really need to find like-minded people for the goals that you want to achieve. So we were very lucky. We're twin brothers. We have the same sort of goals, ambitions, same mindset. So that really helps. But if you're sort of doing a solo journey, lone wolf, it can be very difficult to stay on track or even like know where to start and know where to finish kind of thing. So I think it's really important to find some community. The best ones obviously require an investment, like courses, communities, but leveraging the network, that's sort of how we managed to get to the position we are. Just knowing people, providing value, you get value in return. So that's what I would say, like highly recommend finding like-minded people. You can look at them through like social media and whatnot, but definitely investing in that network. You're really investing in yourself and like your skills. So that's what I'd recommend.
And now that you mentioned environment, do you guys ever get competitive with each other?
Yeah, for sure. I say there's a difference between comparing and being competitive. We don't really compare, but we are super competitive. We both do sales to an extent. Alfonso obviously does more, but we try to compete with each other saying, oh, you closed this guy, or how much cash did you collect today, and all that stuff. But yeah, I think we are always competitive, in sports and school and things like in video games when we were younger. Yeah, I think it's really healthy, and I don't like some people in the space where they're like, oh, it's okay, at least you tried. We prefer being honest and
Yeah, we
being
don't
true
like-
to ourselves.
Yeah, we don't like sugarcoating anything. We
Yeah.
tell each other what we need to hear or what needs to be told, not what they want to hear. And I think just having that competitive nature, like we said, competitive environment, it really pushes you Like many times, both of us could have given up, but because we had each other, that wasn't even like a question at points. Like, no, we always continue, always push further, don't give up. So that environment of like competitive nature, rather than us sort of comparing like, oh, who's making more money at this month or whatever, that's really helped us push to like the position we're on today.
Yeah. Also, it has something to do a lot with mindset. I think we built this over time, especially in the industry that we're doing. But yeah, like for example, something that we both do is we take full responsibility for everything.
No
Everything is our
excuses,
fault.
no nothing.
No excuses. You can't blame anyone else. Even if some cases it may not be true, we still have that mindset that we could have done something better, or
Yeah.
it's our fault at the end of the day,
Mhm.
and we have to learn from those mistakes.
Perfect.
So yeah.
Dang. That's extensive right there. I think, guys, if you want a book from them, we're gonna write one. We're gonna make a transcript of this so you guys could look back on it. But I guess the final question I want to ask: what's next for the two of you here on out?
Yeah, I mean, right now we're in a very fortunate position to like be traveling while working at the same time. So I think we're planning to go just travel more, see the world more, network more with guys like you, and just yeah keep pushing forward. We might start posting content at some point.
We
That's
will
definitely-
start.
That's definitely something to do, because I feel like we could really help a lot of younger guys like us who don't really sit well with the whole traditional university path in Australia and the Philippines as well. So yeah, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, no, I think that was spot on. Yeah.
And final thing, could you guys say any Filipino words?
Mahal na mahal kita.
Konti lang, konti lang.
Konti lang. Okay, with that being said, thank you so much for your time. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
And we hope to see you more around here.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thank you, of course. Also, be sure to check all of their links in the description below if you want to get connected to them. If you're in Australia and you want to be building a network, these two guys are perfect. They're in Perth. So if you're in Australia and you're in Perth, let them know, hit them up with the link in the description down below. With that being said, thank you for watching.
That was a bit of a